Sunday Mirror, Lewis, more on the terrible news of the events in Ireland.
Yeah, these are big news, and it's not on the front page, and this is, I think, the biggest news. The Dublin stabbing suspect who attacked school kids in court on a knife charge 5 years ago. He had a knife, he didn't knife anybody 5 years ago, and this is in Dublin. And they're not saying whether he's a terrorist or not. They do say he comes from Algeria, and they're calling the people who rioted, and you shouldn't riot, obviously, but the interveners are not. Here's the thing, that this is happening around the world. It's the war that's going on. There's 3 wars going on, 2 wars. The first war is this war, is that the people of the local people feel put upon by mass immigrants and, let's say, Team World. This is the home team of Ireland. They feel, what do we, chop liver living here? This is our country, which is ironic because there are like 5 million Irish people who moved over to America. And the Irish people are one of the largest immigrant groups in the world for a couple of hundred years. I mean, I don't know if they're still one of the largest.
But they moved legally and respecting the country that they host.
What a case could be made. I moved and I thought I was respecting the country, but people have had problems.
We all tweet you about that. I mean, it's one of these stories where you can acknowledge that there is nuance. There's bad on both sides. You should protest, you shouldn't riot, but you should talk about the crime of someone who stabbed someone. Don't hide this from them.
Exactly. And if somebody is outraged because they saw little school kids got stabbed, they shouldn't be hopefully branded right-wing extremists by the Irish Prime Minister. And the funny thing, if you want to find the funny in this, is that the Irish Prime Minister, Leo Varadkar, reminded the public that, okay, yes, the attacker was a foreigner or originally a foreigner, but people who tried to, neutralize him, some of them were also foreigners. So, it tells you a lot, the low expectations of the foreigners. Like, some foreigners actually don't want to see little kids stabbed to death.
But